The computer shows the planet we're approaching.
Doesn't interest me. We'll soon be there anyway.
But information is important.
I only rely on my own information.
There won't be any harm from extra information.
What does the computer say?
There are more than 100 types of different stone on the planet.
I'll collect a couple of them. I'm not gonna touch the rest.
You can't do that?
What does other people in the ship do? Let them collect too.
No.
You're very negative.
Duduk, everybody's duties are different.
What's your duty?
To rule this ship, to make things work till the end of time. Do you understand?
That's an easy one.
You're going to collect the stones.
But we have to watch Tombik and B.B first.
Okay.
And if you said no to that, I would start a mutiny in the boat.
I don't know why I bother making all these delicious puzzles for the likes of you. You just spoil them all by getting the answers right. A puzzle's gotta be puzzling. Whoa. Oh. So why don't you leave my puzzles be? Who wants to know the answers anyway? They're for spoil sports.
What a daisy delicious day, BB.
A great day for puzzles too, Tom. Hope all our Polham pals have got their brains buzzing.
I'm buzzing with excitement. PUZZLEA-SAURUS has been hitting the keyboard hard this week.
Yes, he's been tapping away at his computer all week. He won't see any visitors.
No, I tried to sneak in, but his door was locked and there was a sign on it.
What did the sign say, Tom?
It said, "Go away. No entry. Puzzles in progress. By order of PUZZLEA-SAURUS, Esquire." He's really tightening his puzzle-making security these days. Doesn't even trust us, BB. Not very fair.
We'll have to see them eventually, won't we?
Yes, and now will be a honey-sweet time.
I've got a bad feeling. Maybe we shouldn't land here.
Don't look for an alibi for your laziness. Got a lot to do. Let's start immediately.
How are we gonna collect more than 100 different stones? I don't want to sit here collecting stones till my expiry date.
Duduk, I don't think so. Don't worry, if something like that happens, I'll ensure that they give your name to the planet. Are you happy now?
Happy about that.
Wonderful. If you don't start now, you're going to miss Tombik and B.B. Let me tell you.
I can't believe that. You're sending me to this wild planet.
I'll look after you on the screen. If something happens, I'll let you. The computer says nothing lives in this planet.
Don't make me feel good. You're gonna sit here and warn me?
What did you say? Duduk, I'm not going to warn you. I'm going to warn the others who come to look for you, so that the same thing doesn't happen to them.
Thanks for thinking of me.
I was joking, Duduk. I'll be with you in all kinds of danger.
Why don't you let me rest a couple of years?
Well, the only time I'll let you rest is when you watch Tombik and B.B.
You're right. When I'll write my memories later on, I'll say good things about you.
You better. I'll be the only one who will read it.
It's time for What Is It?
PUZZLEA-SAURUS has cut a picture into pieces and mixed them up.
But I'm sure that you'll be able to guess what it is. Come on, let's show that PUZZLEA-SAURUS a thing or two.
Did you find it?
My teeth is the sign of my profession. That's why I take good care of them. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. If you don't like your eyes, punish them by watching TV close.
Sports rules, sports rules, sports rules. Why does sports have to have rules? So you don't cheat, that's why. I've got rules of my own for puzzle sport. Rule number 1 is don't cheat. Rule number 2 is I'm always right, and you're always wrong.
This program, our sport question is about sprint. Sprint is one of the track events. Olympic Games include 3 sprint events for men and women.
Honey bunnies, the 3 events are 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters.
Sprint races have to be run with great speed. The athlete moves to the starting blocks and takes position. The athlete must not move before the gun is fired. Who will be the winner at the end of the race?
Animals that live in communities, such as chimpanzees and lions, have a social hierarchy. Herds of elephants are dominated by an elderly female. She keeps order and decides where the herd will go.
McCOOL!
Come in, darling.
Dr. McCOOL? I really hate him. All I ever hear about is Dr. McCOOL. Why doesn't anybody ever talk about how great I am for once? Is his name Dr. McPuzzle? No. So what's the big deal?
Hello, boys and girls. I know you were waiting for a joke from Tongo.
Are you sure they're waiting for your joke? How do you know that, Tongo?
Jokes make people happy. There isn't anybody who doesn't want to be happy, is there?
Ever met an eagle? He never smiles and he never wants to smile.
His image depends on looking angry. That's why he doesn't smile.
So he doesn't smile because he doesn't want to ruin his image. Bravo, Tongo.
You have angry people around you, but actually they are good guys.
They don't know how to smile, do they?
That's right, they don't know.
But your jokes don't make people laugh.
Listen, you will see whether you will laugh or not. A plane took off from the airport and did 2 rolls.
Oh, were there any passengers?
It was full of passengers.
The passengers were upside down. I never get on a plane.
Quite normal for a bird. Well, anyway, it continued to fly badly. The passengers started to panic and they shouted.
A terrible situation.
Can you imagine, FIRKETE? The children were crying and everybody was on the ground.
Was there nobody who could go to the pilot and ask what was going on? Were they all afraid?
One of the passengers did go to the pilot's cabin and saw that the pilot was laughing. The man stood stuck in the door.
Is it possible for a pilot to laugh so hard when all the passengers are terrified? What a cruel man!
The man said, I can't see anything to laugh about.
Right, what was so funny?
The pilot said, I'm laughing at what will happen when they find out that I am the clean air.
The man wasn't the pilot?
Duduk, so you couldn't find any stones?
No, I looked all over the place.
I think it's the computer. It wasn't well functioning.
I told you.
There are no stones on this planet.
I knew that. I was there, despite others.
But I can't understand why the computer did such a big mistake.
I don't trust the machines who can't talk. I don't.
Duduk, so where's the problem?
How do I know?
I was talking to myself.
You're in a worse condition than I told Chatapat.
You're right. Maybe there's another planet around.
The end of the lonely captain in the boat. His circuits get mixed up and he gets mad talking to himself. We hear the murmurs.
Where's the mistake?
The end.
Duduk, there must be a mistake in the memory.
This film was dedicated to Chatapat.
Off we go again into the wonderful world of art.
We've got another 4 masterpieces.
2 paintings are by Braque and the other 2 by Le Greco.
But we won't tell you who painted the 5th picture that we're going to show you, honey buns.
So, check out the 4 paintings carefully because the style of each painting will be a clue as to who painted the 5th.
Okay, so let's have a look.
This painting is by Braque.
This painting is also by Braque.
And And this painting was by Le Greco.
And this painting was also by Le Greco.
Here's the fifth picture now. The first two pictures were by Braque, the second two by Le Greco. Which artist painted the fifth?
Don't throw your clothing on the floor. If you don't want to look like this penguin.
Is the computer okay now?
I don't know.
What does it say?
The computer says there's no unknown stone species on this planet.
So it means there are lots of unknown species on this planet.
You might be right. I can't decide.
What if we do just the opposite of what the computer says? That way, we'll have a little chance to find something.
But we can't finish this mission like this.
You're the captain.
Yeah, isn't that bad?
I'm waiting for you.
What would you do?
I would turn it off.
Nonsense.
You asked my opinion, I told you.
We can't turn the computer off.
Why don't we load a couple of games?
No.
You're against everything.
Against this nonsense?
I'm going to bed.
There's something we gotta do.
There's none.
Duduk, you've got me cornered.
Tombik and B.B is starting.
Well, let's watch that one.
They will never be wrong.
Yes, my pedals, it's time for the picture box. A little later, you'll see a turning cube on screen.
There's 6 sides on the cube, and each side has a different picture on it. Watch carefully, because when the cube stops, you have to pick which picture's on the other side.
Here we go. Well, it stopped, kids. Let's think now what was on the other side of the picture. Let's go through the pictures again to help you. BB will remind us what was there.
Okay, my friends. Besides Aladdin's lamp, there's an elephant, a seagull, a rocket, a train, and a car. I really wonder what's behind Aladdin's lamp, kids.
In ancient times, sailors figure out their direction by looking at the stars. Of course, they were in trouble if the sky was cloudy. In 12th century, sailors were using compasses to tell direction.
Hope you've been watching the road, pollen pals.
Because there's lots of signs out there to look out for.
See if you can decide what that sign meant from PUZZLEA-SAURUS's tricky choices.
You little rats can't know the traffic signs, but you're lucky. You have a friend. PUZZLEA-SAURUS. Here are 3 choices. 1. There's a bend in the road. 2. Freeway begins. 3. Put a carpet under the table. Could you find it?
Are you watching carefully, honey pals?
It's time to be even more careful.
You'll see 2 films in a moment.
And they'll be almost identical, honey buns.
As BB said, almost identical.
Let's go.
So, that was the first film.
Now, let's look at the second one.
Ready now? Okay, here it is.
That's difficult.
Not even the famous detective Sherlock Holmes could have found those differences. It takes a trained eagle eye to spot those. You won't have a clue when it comes to the next puzzle. You've got to find the missing piece. Not even Dr. Watson could help you now.
Now it's time for a bit of detective work, honey pies.
That's right. You have to find the missing piece to the puzzle.
To help you, we'll show you 4 pieces to choose from.
How can you complete the picture, pollen pals? Let's go.
Only one of these 4 pieces is the right one. Which one?
Love. More. 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 More love. Love is endless.
Here is our impossible question.
This time it's about ski jumping.
A jumper is in the air from 3 to 5 seconds.
I didn't count the seconds, but the jumper seemed to be in the air for a really long time. Don't you think, BB?
Yes, TB. He's very good at ski jumping. Can you guess the distance which the jumper jumped? It's your turn.
The computer was right.
How do you know it?
I went and checked that there are no unknown species on the planet. They're all the stones we know.
So it's okay.
I think so.
That's good.
For me too.
That means we can rely on it.
Well, it looks so.
I'm so happy.
I thought you didn't like the computer.
Giving wrong information, we'll be landing on so many planets.
Now I've got it.
What are we doing?
Why don't we start?
For a new planet?
We don't have much to go.
It doesn't matter.
I'm very talented. I'm a talented puzzle maker. I'm also a fantastic musician. I sing, I dance, I play piano, I can act and entertain everybody. In fact, I can do everything. But why, oh why, do they have to put those buggies on? I could sing a few songs about my favorite puzzles. Why not, eh? That would make you sit up and think, wouldn't it? I could do everything you can possibly think of.
Honey buns, later we'll show you the answers.
But before we do, direct from the world of insects shooting to the top of the charts, is our favorite band, the Buggies. With their next hit, it's called My Cat.
Bugs like you like buggies like this.
The way she wakes up, the way she smiles, the way she curls up, the way she lies. I love my cat, and my cat, she's so much fun. She's so lovely, the way she dances, the way she hops, the way she walks on furniture tops. I love my cat, and my cat, she's so much fun. Waits at the door and for me to come, wiggles her tail and straight to sun. Nobody touches her except me, of course. It's good to know that she's only yours. She's not a pet for me, she's my best friend. My cat, the way she eats, the way she drinks, the way she catches, and the way she brings. I love my cat, and my cat, she's so much fun. She wakes up, the way she smiles, the way she curls up, the way she lies. I love my cat, and my cat, she's so much fun. I love my cat, and my cat, she's so much fun.
Send a letter to a friend. Orange juice is both tasty and healthy. I recommend orange juice. I recommend orange juice. I'm not gonna eat that.
Titos,
He's gonna throw us to the garbage. Don't get food. I'm gonna eat them and turn them into energy.
Answers.
What's that then? Can you get it? It's a computer.
Our sport question was about sprint. In sprint races, the winner is the person whose torso or trunk crosses the finish line first.
In the last moment, the chest is pushed forward to cross the finish line. Sprint races are speed races, so every single moment has great value.
We went to an art exhibition where we had to think about some paintings.
We wanted you to know that the first painting was painted by Braque or El Greco.
Here are the paintings by Braque. And these are the paintings by El Greco. Did you decide who painted these pictures?
Easy, it was by Braque, wasn't it? Georges Braque lived between 1882 and 1963. He and Pablo Picasso were the founder of Cubism. They invented analytic Cubism. Violin and Picture is one of the best examples of Braque's analytic Cubism. Active until the end of his life, Braque produced an oeuvre that includes sculpture, graphics, book illustration, and decorative art.
Here is the answer to the cube challenge. You have to guess which picture was behind the Aladdin's lamp.
Was it a car, a train, a rocket, an elephant, or a seagull?
The correct answer was the seagull. If you are aware of your traffic signs, it makes the roads a safer place to travel on.
Did you get the one he showed you?
If you like, PUZZLEA-SAURUS will show you the other choices again. Okay, PUZZLEA-SAURUS.
1. There's a bend in the road. 2. Freeway begins. 3. Put a carpet under the table. Of course, the correct answer was freeway begins.
One of our questions we had for you was about the two films. Could you see the three differences? Let's have a look. Here is the second one. And here are the differences.
One of our puzzles was for you to find the piece that was missing.
You had to choose the correct one from 4 pieces on screen.
Yes, the third one was the correct piece. Here is the answer to our impossible question. Do you remember the skier who was jumping? Could you guess the distance which he jumped? The long ski jump was 636 feet by Piotr Fijas from Poland. Wow!
What do you say? How long to go?
Just a couple of hours.
Means a lot.
In Earth time, if you say a couple of hours in space time, it means a couple of minutes.
We can't go now.
I'm sure you must have a reason for that. What happened now? You're out of your energy or you're out of oil?
None of them. Last question.
You're right. Let's watch the Tombik and B.B's end. Stones are there for centuries. Nothing's going to happen for a couple of minutes.
Yes, let the program end first.
Well, that wouldn't change anything for you. But anyway, you're not going to be able to find the answer to any of the puzzles. But we should rely on technology.
You're right. Listen, if it's false alarm again, we'll get cross with that computer.
Duduk, there's only one way to find out. You have to go down and control it.
For somebody whose job is just to watch from the window of the ship, you're getting too excited.
I can't leave you with so many boring and difficult tasks. It wouldn't be good for a captain.
We've passed one more puzzle show with great success.
You kids are really clever. PUZZLEA-SAURUS has too much work to do to beat you.
Don't forget, a life without puzzles is like a bee without honey. Have a honey sweet bay.
Honey sweet.